Taylor Swift's story begins on December 13th, 1989, in Reading, Pennsylvania, where she grew up surrounded by Christmas tree farms, small-town rhythms, and a family that already had a little sparkle of success. Her dad, Scott Swift, worked in finance, always sharp, always business-minded. Her mom, Andrea, was the warm, soft voice, at home supportive, creative, and the one who truly recognized Taylor's spark before anyone else did. Growing up, Taylor wasn't the typical kid running around carefree. She was watching MTV, learning melodies, making up stories, and carrying a notebook everywhere, like she already knew she'd need her own lyrics someday. When other kids were singing nursery rhymes, Taylor was listening to Shania Twain, Faith Hill, and the Dixie Chicks, getting hooked on the power of storytelling. That's when the seed for her future greatness quietly took root. By the time Taylor hit elementary school, she was already different. Tall, blonde, shy, but determined. The kind of kid who wanted something big but didn't always know how to say it out loud. At age 10, she started performing at local events, fairs, karaoke competitions. Anywhere someone would hand her a microphone, and every time she stood on stage, even the smallest crowd felt like an arena to her. That confidence wasn't random. She worked for it. She practiced guitar obsessively after a computer repair guy. Yep, literally a random IT dude taught her a few chords. Those chords became songs. Those songs became stories. And those stories eventually became her life's entire identity. She wasn't just writing for fun, she was writing because she needed to. Because her world made the most sense when she turned it into lyrics. But school wasn't always kind. Taylor wasn't the popular girl. She wasn't the cheerleader. She wasn't the kid with a million friends. She was the girl who stood out just a bit too much, the one who liked cowboy boots more than what everyone else wore, the one who preferred writing music in her room instead of going to sleepovers, the one who felt out of place but dreamed loudly anyway. Her classmates didn't always get her, but she didn't let that slow her down. If anything, being misunderstood only fueled the fire inside her. That outsider feeling later became the emotional backbone of albums like Fearless, Speak Now, and even Folklore. The first major turning point came when Taylor convinced her parents to take her to Nashville, the country music capital, with a homemade demo CD she handed out to every record label she could find. Picture a 11-year-old girl walking down Music Row with big curly hair, bright eyes, and the kind of ambition grown adults sometimes don't have. Her demo got rejected by basically everyone. But here's the part that defines her. She didn't break down. She didn't give up. She said, "All right, watch me come back." And she meant it. Seeing how serious she was, Taylor's parents did something wild. Something that would change everything. They packed up their life in Pennsylvania, moved the entire family to Hendersonville, Tennessee, just so their daughter could be closer to Nashville. That move wasn't just relocation. It was a full-on declaration that Taylor Swift was not just dreaming big. She was chasing it with everything she had. Living so close to Nashville, she started attending songwriting sessions, performing at tiny venues, learning from local musicians, and understanding the music industry from the inside. She became a student of the craft, not just a talented kid singing covers. Her dedication paid off when she signed with a brand new label, Big Machine Records. At the age of 15, that moment was like the universe finally saying, "All right, kid, here's your shot." And Taylor didn't waste a single second. She wrote endlessly, practiced endlessly, worked endlessly. She turned the struggles from her school years into lyrics, turned her crushes into melodies, turned her heartbreaks into entire songs. She was young, but her emotional intelligence was way older than her age. By the time she started recording her debut album, she already knew who she was as an artist. A storyteller first, a singer second. That clarity is what made her voice different, relatable, honest, and deeply personal. And that's how the first chapter of Taylor Swift is. His story closes not with fame or awards yet, but with a teenage girl armed with a guitar, a notebook full of songs, parents who believed in her, and a heart full of determination. She wasn't a superstar yet, but the foundations were set. Nashville was starting to whisper her name. Radio stations were about to discover her. And soon, the entire world would either love her, judge her, worship her, or debate her. But one thing was certain. Taylor Swift was coming, and she was about to rewrite the rules of modern music, one lyric at a time.